going, guys, and welcome back. And a lot of things actually got leaked for Assassin's Creed Codename Red today. From all of the gameplay informations, and trust me, everything is coming from one of the most reliable sources out there. Because this person has previously given us all the information about all the other Assassin's Creed games, from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Origins, to even Valhalla. So everything this guy has been saying so far, before the game even gotten announced and all that stuff, everything turned out to be true. So which is why I'm highly confident in this source. And today we got some amazing new information which is coming from a French YouTuber named Jonathan. Now apparently this guy has a lot of information from insider source inside of Ubisoft. Someone is leaking all of these informations about the upcoming Assassin's Creed game. And today we got some crazy new gameplay details. And it kind of just gives us an idea of what kind of a game is Assassin's Creed Codename Red turning out to be. Now first off, let's start off with what Jonathan had to say here, where Jonathan said that Assassin's Creed Codename Red will supposedly have a very few map markers, and the UI system inside the game is going to be very minimal, similar to what we have seen with Ghost of Tsushima. Because usually when it comes to RPG open world games like Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Origins, and even Valhalla, we had plenty of things just popping out on the screen, which kind of just took away that immersion of making the game look more cinematic. So that's one of the reasons as to why Ghost of Tsushima outshined when it comes to giving more cinematic experience to players out there. And right now Ubisoft seems to be taking a very similar approach, and they are completely eliminating all of those UI icons and map markers and all that stuff with Assassin's Creed Codename Red. So how are we going to be traversing through the map, you ask? Well, we can't really see the map. Then how do we know which place are we supposed to go and which direction are we supposed to head in? Because in Ghost of Tsushima we had the wind, we had the animals that are going to be guiding you, but with Assassin's Creed Codename Red, we have no idea on what new feature Ubisoft is going to be adding in that could make the game look completely unique in its own ways, and at the same time give us more cinematic approach. And I really hope that they don't add in that animated line on the ground like what we have seen with Watch Dogs Legion. As you can see from the gameplay here, as we drive the car in Watch Dogs Legion, you can see that, animated line that just passes through the streets, which kind of takes away that immersion of how cinematic the game looks. And a similar one was also done with Assassin's Creed Valhalla as well, where you could see this line. I'm honestly not a big fan of this thing, and I hope that Ubisoft comes out with a much variety of ideas and something very unique, kind of similar to what Ghost of Tsushima did by using the environment in order to traverse through the map itself. Now the second information that Jonathan also shared is that the map size of Assassin's Creed Red is going to be relatively larger and one of the biggest Assassin's Creed game maps out there. Because previously we know that Assassin's Creed Valhalla was said to be one of the largest maps, and it was twice the size of what we have seen with Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's what Ubisoft claimed, and it actually was a pretty big map. We had so many different places that we could travel, from England to Norway to back and forth, and we could even travel to Vinland in one of the DLC content. So there was a lot of different maps that was available in this one particular game. So Assassin's Creed Valhalla was already a massive and huge map, but it seems like Codename Red is going to be even bigger, and it's going to be twice the size of Assassin's Creed Valhalla itself. That's what the leak says, and I'm just curious to see, since we have like such a huge map, does this mean that the map is going to be bloated with no content at all and pretty much just copy pasting the same location all over the map itself? To which Jonathan has also given us more information, where he said that the map will not be massively bloated as what we have seen with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which received a lot of backlash because of how lifeless the huge map actually looked like. And this is something I completely agree with, because in Assassin's Creed Odyssey we got to see a massive map which is filled with pretty much the same thing. It was all forest almost like 90% of the time, and there were like these little towns here and there and big cities, and almost every single big city and towns looked exactly the same because they copy pasted it all over the map, and it was pretty much just done for the sake of doing it and not for the sake of being creative or giving us more content. It was just out there. It was meaningless expansion for the map itself. And it's a good thing that Ubisoft is making changes and they are doing something completely different this time with Codename Red. And also another very interesting thing that Jonathan has revealed is that Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to be the first ever Assassin's Creed game that is going to be introducing a grappling feature, a full-on grappling feature which can be used during combat. Now I know in Assassin's Creed 3 we actually got to see Connor using one of those grappling features in order to hook up all the enemies from up top the tree, but that is not the same kind of of grappling that we're going to be seeing in Assassin's Creed Codename Red. Because in this one, you will actually use the grappling in order to jump from one building to another. You can pretty much just swing using the grapplers. You can also pull your enemies using the grapplers. And the best example that Jonathan has given us in terms of how the grappling is going to be working is that he says that it's going to be like Sekiro die twice. He says that the grappling is going to be very similar to the feature that we have seen with games like Sekiro die twice, where we are actually using it inside the combat, where you can traverse through and fight during your combat system itself. So that's a really good thing, and I would love to see something like this. And we've also seen similar things in Ghost of Tsushima, where we could use the grapplers even for, swinging around and traversing through the map. At the same time, we can also use grapplers for combat system as well in Ghost of Tsushima. And also something that really amazed me when it comes to Assassin's Creed Codename Red's feature is that this game's stealth system is just absolutely fantastic. Because Jonathan here says that the stealth goes hand in hand with Codename Red, with the upcoming Japanese title in the series, which will apparently let players take cover in various types of grasses for quieter and more efficient assassinations. Now, as we have played previous Assassin's Creed games, we know that we could hide inside haystack, we could hide inside bushes and all that stuff, but there was no Assassin's Creed game out there that actually let us go prone for the very first time. So Assassin's Creed Codename Red is going to let us go prone, pretty similar to what we have seen with games like The Last of Us Part 2, where Ellie goes completely prone in the grass and tree, and she tries to hide herself for better stealth options and take out enemies. And also you can use shadows in order to hide behind shadows, because the enemies are not going to be able to see you when you're hiding behind shadows. And it also comes down to what type of outfits you're wearing. So in case you wear some sort of a very bright outfit, of course, if you're stupid enough to do that, then you will get caught. So that's how the stealth system is going to be working. So it's very close to what we have seen with The Last of Us Part 2 and how that stealth system worked. And there's also another gameplay feature which is very interesting, where you can extinguish torchlights in order to put off the light and hide behind shadows. Now, this is also a feature we've seen in games like The Thief PS4 game, and I believe that it was one of those games that came out with first ever PlayStation launching consoles, and that's something that Ubisoft has been taking keen eye to with Assassin's Creed Codename Red, and it seems like they're going to be implementing something very similar to that. And imagine using some of your weapons like kunai and shuriken to throw them at the candles, knock them down, and turn off any kind of light source that's around you so that you can hide yourself in shadows. And of course, your enemies are going to be coming back in order to light it back up, and you can assassinate them while they do it by just staying hidden in the shadows. Now, this is something absolutely insane. I would love to see how it's going to be working out. And what's really interesting is that Jonathan has also said that this game is going to be including weapons like shurikens and kunai, and also a couple of traditional ones like bells and smoke bombs. And if you ever wanted to live a fantasy life of being a shinobi yourself, and if you're a fan of animated series like Naruto, then you guys will absolutely fall in love with this game, because we are finally getting to use kunai and shurikens in this game. So imagine, like I said, you just throw your shuriken at one of the light sources or maybe the candle and you extinguish it, and then you can hide in the darkness and take out your enemies. That's one of the most coolest things that you can do in Assassin's Creed games, and I'm really curious to see how they're going to be implementing it, how the shadow system is going to be working out in this game, and that's something that kind of excites me a lot more. And the best part about this game is that the NPCs in the game are actually going to be much more smarter than all the NPCs that we've seen in previous Assassin's Creed games, because in this game, Jonathan states that all the NPCs, all the open world characters that you see are not going to be some innocent characters. They will actually fight you back if you try to punch them or hit them, because in previous Assassin's Creed game, you could pretty much just kill any civilian out there and nobody does a shit about it. And the game just keeps giving you a warning stating that you're going to get desynchronized if you keep killing all the enemies. So that's not going to happen with Assassin's Creed Codename Red, whereas in this game, all the NPCs around the open world will actually act like actual players. So these NPCs will fight you back if you decide to go ahead and try to pick fights with them. They will fight you back, they will punch you back, they might even end up killing the player itself. So that's very interesting to see that they're actually improving the NPCs in Assassin's Creed finally. Because gone are those days where we had all of these lifeless NPCs all around the open world, and now comes the new era of having NPCs with new AI technologies that actually acts like real human beings. So lads, all of these information information about Assassin's Creed Codename Red leaves me very curious and excited for this upcoming game. Let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts about all of the features that we have received so far from Jonathan's leaks? Because it seems like he has some sort of a source inside of Ubisoft who keeps leaking all of these information to this particular guy, and he makes sure that he goes ahead and reveals that to the public source. And finally, us YouTubers get to cover these informations thanks to Jonathan. And by the way, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Codename Red and all the gameplay features that we have had so far and we have discussed in this video? Are you guys excited for this game? I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. And also, I would love to know, which platform are you guys going to be playing Assassin's Creed Codename Red on? Is it going to be the PS5, or is it going to be the Xbox Series X or the PC Master Race? Me personally, I will be playing this game on PlayStation 5, and on the PC version, I will be using a bunch of different mods for this game because I'm a huge fan. Because I don't know how many of you guys have seen my previous videos on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where I used a bunch of graphics mod and a lot of things that I've done with that game, and people just absolutely loved it. I created Ragnar Lothbrok in the game itself. You guys can go down on my channel and check out playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla as Ragnar Lothbrok, and my videos are just gonna pop up and you guys will see so many different content that I've made on this game, and you guys will absolutely love it using all of these mods. I would love to go ahead and try things out with Assassin's Creed Codename Red in terms of modding, so that's why I'm gonna play it on the PC version, and on the PlayStation 5 I'm gonna usually do that for recording videos and all that stuff. So with that being said, if you guys want to stay updated with all the latest and the greatest information, news, updates, gameplays, trailers, announcements, and all the things about upcoming video games, then make sure to go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and turn the notifications on and set the notification settings to all, because YouTube sometimes they don't send you guys the notifications of my daily videos. So make sure you guys do this one important step so you don't lose any of the upcoming updates every single day. And the best part about it is that YouTube is free of cost. You're not paying any dime. You're getting all of this for free, and it's a win-win for you guys. At the same time, it helps me build this community of all the gamers together. So it would be absolutely fantastic if you guys could just go ahead, take a few seconds of your valuable time, drop a like on this video, subscribe, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's video. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.